Hey guys, it's RCK, and I'm glad to have you back here again. Next, we're going to be looking at our Nazca Vanheim game that we have going on here. So let me go ahead and log in. So we see that no sites were found. Unfortunate. We see this battle from Vanheim, killing everything but 6 horsemen. His commander lost, so Vanheim attacked them, was defeated. The commander did not die there. He would have been fine. Very unfortunate on that. We took out another province there, only taking 1 spearman loss. Pretty sweet. Vanheim doing a good job taking another independence, not losing anything at all. And then we lose 2 of these slaves, this very, very small heavy infantry group here. So yeah, things are starting to pan out a little bit better for us. Next, all these spearmen, we're going to be hitting province 20. And by having 20, I'm fairly certain that we'll also have for 23. So we're patrolling there, we're capturing a bunch of slaves every turn. We're moving. Where are you going to? So you're pinging. You're going to be, actually, it looks like you're joining the fight. So you're adding spearmen to this group here that's going to be attacking 72. And then next after that, we're going to hit 76. We have a priest coming over, or yeah, we have a Huron priest moving over to 35 because we are building a fort there. Other than that, where are you going? You're going back to the wasteland in order to pick up more slaves. We're recruiting, we're actually starting to recruit an Inca now, and we're also making Sun Guard on top of the Spearmen, so that's going to be pretty nice for us for sure. Our normal squads just hold and attack closest. Of course, we want them on slaves, and we're going to have our better troops hold and attack rear along with more slaves. So this guy will also be moving to pick up more slaves there at 40. So we'll have 2 squads picking up. I mean, we have 40 here right now, but between that and next turn, we're going to have even more. So hopefully that will be enough commanders to pick up that amount for this turn. Don't really have any forts yet to make more commanders to ferry these troops back and forth, but that's what the fort in 35 is going to be doing. We're just starting to make a fort here in 61, Midland. So that's going to be, it's a very nice province there, even though it is part of our cap circle. I mean, it's so nice, so much pop. So we are definitely going to start building that up. And of course, we really don't recruit much out of here into the late game other than maybe Sun Guard if we want them, and our commanders. We won't be making these spearmen later on. So we really don't need the recruitment points and whatnot that this fort is going to pull off of here, or that this fort is going to pull off of these 2 provinces that are giving it to the cap. So we really don't really care about that much. So yeah, that's really all we have going on. We're just hitting province 20, 72, and we're going to ping 76. Still site searching. Of course, they're going to make a lab and a temple over here. We'll have to get someone over here to do the same. And that is all for this turn. Not a whole lot to be said. We'll look over here at what's going on with Vanheim. We see Relay is taking more of this underwater area here. Seems like they have a lot of troops. Other than that, we do see that Ariu still on 69, still part of Marignon's cap circle. Ariu here at 60, Marignon here at 59. So that is interesting. Maybe an early target there, depending on how, if they're able to fight Ariu off, they might be down as far as how many troops they have. We might be able to take advantage of that. We know that Tianchi is up north for Marignon, that's his partner. We also got the shipwreckers this turn, so we're going to be able to use them for sure. Being able to take maybe 73 or 71. I'm sure that's going to make Relay mad, but it's okay. So that's really all that we have going on. I think I explained it fairly well. That was turn 10, so let's go look at turn 11. Of course, these early episodes when there's no real war or very intense scripting going on, I'm able to go through them relatively quickly. There we go. Alright, so here we see a crap ton of battles. So we see a relay fighting Vanheim, so this turn they have decided to attack us. So they took that province. Thankfully, he did not start building a fort there, so that was very fortunate for us. We sacrificed that Apu to make another Malqui to start capturing more slaves. Here we see that Vanheim took very, very few losses and took out a very big province with a white king or a white mage in it. So that was very nice for him. So that other island province was also attacked this turn by more of Relay. Was taken, of course, from us. Vanheim taking the rest of those long dead horsemen that he bounced off of last turn. These war shamblers did a great job taking one of those underwater provinces. And here we see that Nabal took a independent province. We'll have to check out where that is located. This is the province to the northeast of us, the one that we attacked here, and this is the one that is to the southwest. So this was the one beside the barbarians, right above Zabalba. Is it Zabalba? Yeah, it's Zabalba. So things are looking pretty good. Very, very few losses on our part. Had unexpected events. Losing lots of pop and gold. That was unfortunate. Have another Malqui that we're going to be moving. So moving the Malqui over. What are we recruiting? Finally finishing up that Inca there. So we're going to be taking both of these. Nope. Okay, so one of the groups of slaves is moving down with these barbarians. The other groups of slaves is going to be hitting. One that has 60 in it is going to be hitting this group at 42. That's a little risky. But this other group here, would they be able to reach? No, they weren't able to reach. That's probably why we did that. So we'll see if we can take 76, 42, and 23. I'm pretty certain we'll take 23. 42 is risky because we're only sending slaves in, and then we should be okay with 72, but depending on how much heavy cav is there, which we saw last time, I don't remember how much it was. It could go either way. So we do have a scout province that we're going to continuously make scouts from. Other than that, where did Nabah fight? Oh, we have a scout way, way over here. So Nabal is pretty large, reaching from 152 all the way to 78. So they have a lot of ground here for sure. We do see Ashdod over here in Bandar Lodge, so that's interesting to keep in mind. But yeah, Relay took these two from us. Not very happy about that. Anything else in particular to be told? Not really, honestly. I mean, we do see that it's safe to take 23. We don't see anything here from Zabalba. I think at this point we do have we might have a nap with Pangea just because of Relay attacking us. We did want to have this whole southern border taken care of, so we didn't have to have any other fights here. Of course, we know Marignan and Iriu are fighting, so that is kind of freeing up this right and left side. Very interesting, actually, to think about this, seeing him fight Marignan. I don't know if he's really wanting help from Yis at this point, but we know that Yis is going to be having to do a lot of fighting with Relay early on. So, I don't know. It's interesting to think about. Other than that, we see that area really hasn't expanded much in this direction, just due to the fact of him fighting Marignan. So we should be able to grab one of these provinces here. We have to keep that in mind. Yeah, not really a whole lot. We do see 3 death here in province 20, which is unfortunate, but we'll have to site search that. I'm sure there's a well or something along those lines there. A well of pestilence or something. So that was turn 11. Building a lab this turn at 35. 2 more turns for that fort to go up. 3 more turns here at 61. Hopefully we'll build another fort or 2 forts over in this direction here. Or maybe an additional one somewhere over here. We definitely want to get our research up and going relatively quickly. We are going to be very, very dependent on our research. Of course, we're going to have a lot of sacreds, but we're going to make those sacreds really, really good with the kind of magic that we're going to be able to bring to the table here. So let's go and check out our final turn, turn 12 for this episode. Game, Nazca. Alright, of course we did have 3 battles like we spoke about, and this one was a little risky. This was the Heavy Cav province with 14 Heavy Cav, but thankfully our spearmen were able, we had enough spearmen there to really take advantage of this Heavy Cav. So we were able to take this province, very sweet. This one I thought was really risky as well. Just being sure, we brought 60 slaves, but they are slaves at the end of the day, very, very weak, low morale units, and those heavy infantry have been showing us that they are very good at killing our units. So interesting enough, never really worried about heavy infantry with any other nation before, but they really fuck Nazca over sometimes. Vanheim taking another province here, no losses, very good for him. Here we see that we took out that barbarian province, so it was probably actually very important that we did bring those Hatenruna over instead of doubling down on that heavy infantry province to the right, because I mean there was a lot of losses here. Glad just it wasn't all spearmen losses because they are more expensive. Not just more expensive. These guys are technically free, but their upkeep is higher too, and they're just better overall. So that's just more combat ability moving on from one to the next. I don't really care about losing those slaves. And here we see that this is the circle, or these circle masters. So this is a throne, it looks like, that Vanheim was able to take with only 20 vans. He did lose one of his Van Herses, which is very unfortunate. And this is the Throne of Law, Dominion spread of 1. And Dominion gets order plus 1. Okay, not too bad. We'll watch that battle just to view one. I know we don't view them very often. So you have to deal with that skeleton spam. We see the militia already running. All those arrows, it's really unfortunate. I think that's starting to pop some of his glamour. They're starting to breeze through them now. The archers ran to combat, ran out of arrows. Commanders lost. It looks like all of these mages are all fatigued out. And they're able to win. Very good, very good. It's another one. On this one in particular, so I think I had the spearmen on attack closest and the slaves on attack rear, just because whenever you look at these guys, whenever you fight barbarians, their leaders are always in the front. There's one right there, there's one barbarian chief, and there's the other one right there. You can tell by the darker color hair that they have. See, versus the blonde. So having those stronger spearmen units hitting the front line and the slaves hitting the back is more likely that you'll kill the commanders from the beginning. Yep, there we go. And one more left. But there's no running from this. They're all gone. How'd our other fights go? We'll watch one of them just because we haven't really viewed any battles, and this is the last turn for the episode. Good to see these mounted commanders are separating themselves from this heavy cav group. Oh, that was off. Okay, so we had the slaves. We should have moved these commanders farther back, and that was a little risk. A little risky, so at least these slaves were able to stop these heavy infantry from hitting these 2 commanders. Ooh, that was a close one. But these mounted commanders here are surrounded by these spearmen, are just going to be taken out. And as soon as these 3 troops are taken out, they're going to go and jump back over onto these heavy cav. So yeah, we're not going to have to worry too much. Let's see. Lasting longer than I would think, or I would originally thought. Oh, now they're routing. Okay, very good, very good. And it looks like our slaves did rout, but our spearmen did stay to fight, so that was very good that they were able to clean that up. But yeah, we had these are all the slaves that ran. Cool, so got to watch a couple of cool battles there. what else is going on. So we're moving this group over to 61 just to make sure some kind of event doesn't happen there. Also, we're going to be making commanders from there, so they'll be able to take them from wherever we want to go. Other than that, we're moving this fella over to pick up troops at 68. Those are some that routed. This group here is going to move over to 72 to pick up the troops that routed from there. This commander is going to fly back over to 40 to pick up more slaves next turn. We're going to have this fella here pick up the slave that routed in the 41. And then, of course, we see that we have more slaves that routed over here to 39 and 31. So we're going to move that Inca over there on his way to claim that throne. That's why we made a Holy Three, in order to claim this throne early on for Vanheim. That is going to be just convenient that he's going to be able to pick them up. This commander is going to be able to move and pick up what's at 39. Is there any there? So yeah, he's probably going to go from here to 39, then back up to 55 in order to pick up all the units that he dropped. We got to kind of put the pieces back together. Same going on over here at 23. We're going to go back to 20, pick up the units that are there. There's also a spearman, or maybe a couple. There's a couple actually over at 32, so we'll have to pick them up. And then 11 more units at 30. Of course, we have a commander with the troops moving over there already, and then possibly hitting this slave province, and then going back over the 43 and taking that out. Those are our ideas. We will be looking at taking 57 and 56 either next turn or the turn after, once we start collecting some more of these units and have a few more slaves. And that's going to be our expansion. And we're going to take these two provinces and take this last one over here. And overall, I mean, I think this is turn 12, so I mean, things look pretty good, even though we failed our first expansion. Very first party died. But I mean, I think things are looking pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I mean, 15 provinces and having 1, 2, 3 more to take. Looking at 18. I mean, that's pretty good. Pretty good for losing your first expansion party and having to wait till turn 3 or 4 to start taking shit. So I'm not too mad about it. You know, shit happens. But yeah, we just kind of got to roll with the punches and keep going. Of course, Vanheim did lose a lot. He lost 95, 104. He's sitting there at 71. Relay looking to take this from him. So things were also not going as great for him as he would like. But overall, I think we'll get things taken care of. Hopefully we can grab 66 as well, but I doubt it. 53 is going to be a while until we can take a province like that with those solar serpents and fire snakes. Are going to be rather difficult for us right now. So, that is all for turn 12. We have a lot of gold treasure here, 1,700 saved up. We're going to be saving that for temples and labs. And more than likely building additional forts on top of that. So, things are looking good, looking good. So, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.